Hello dear viewer, I'm leesusss, and welcome back to How to Survive Third Person Standalone, up close and personal. This is a game that's not a stranger to this channel. In fact, How to Survive was a game that I played quite a lot. I mean, it says there build 2015. My Let's Play on the original How to Survive was at least, 8 years ago, if not more. And in that original game, you're playing a survivor who's shipwrecked on an island, runs around and builds weapons and armor out of scrap parts, and tries to manage their food and their sleep and their hunger, and of course not being eaten by the various hordes of zombies that are running around. And it's a great game, and it's probably one of my most popular Let's Plays so far. It was really good. I really enjoyed it, and I don't really play it so much anymore. I haven't returned the game on for a very long time, but it was always a fan of mine. Now, as this game did pretty well. This game did pretty well many years ago, and as part of that, after the initial creation, the various DLCs were released. There's a new character, Nina. They put out Kovac's Way, which was had some new rules in it and some difficulty levels. They did a whole new set of islands called El Diablo, which had a volcanic theme to it, and it was generally very, very good. And I did a Let's Play of it many years ago. I did a couple. I did one that was also for the El Diablo islands, and I still get questions about it occasionally. People still love the game. People still ask me it. It's like, oh, how do you do this? How do you do that? So a game I'm very fond of. Now, part of the way through the middle of the creation of all these DLCs, someone in the dev team had an interesting idea, which was, what if we just changed the camera angle on the game? You don't need to change the game itself, how the game works. Just adjust how the camera was in an overhead shot down to like a chase cam over the shoulder type shot. What would that do for the game? It's just a matter of how the angle is changed on the viewer's perspective. And that was an interesting choice. I think it was just one that was thrown in, a bit like, when someone changes a development, changes something about development, gives all the classic Batman one of giving all the characters giant heads. And everything else still functions, but something has changed about the view. In this case, quite a radical change. And this was an interesting idea, but it had some issues to it. So back after it was released, I didn't do a Let's Play of the game. I did a kind of a review of it, because I was talking about all the interesting aspects and all the problems that this brought up. For example, it changed. But very important for the game is quite hard to understand anyway, and it's very important to know what's around you, whether you're going to crash into something or if anything's sneaking up behind you, and putting in that sort of shot takes all that away. Also, one critical part of how the aiming works with the critical hits is gone. You can't do that once you do the chase cam first person shot. Combined with the other factors that have been brought in, such as weapon breakage early on everything but the very easiest levels and other things, made the game very hard. And in fact, when I played it, I didn't intend to try and finish it, but I got part of the way through, and eventually I got too frustrated with it. I just stopped. I said, that's the end of my review. We're finishing now. But people occasionally still talk about it, as I say, and I've had questions about it, and I do have sometimes have the urge to come back to certain games. So I thought, why don't we come back to this one? Why don't we try to finish it off? And also we can combine that with something I haven't done so much of, which is one particular character that I have not used. There's like 4 characters in the game once you bind in it from the DLC, and Abby is one that I've never done much with. She has a different... Everyone's got a unique skill tree. Very small but unique skill tree. Different things they can and can't do. And Abby's, in my consideration, has the worst. From what I recall. For example, every character has a special weapon that they can make, or a variation of a weapon. Nina can make chainsaw, particularly good chainsaw and flamethrower. Kenji's very good with fire and bow and arrows. He can make a crossbow. Jack is a good melee character, and Abby doesn't really have any of that. What she mostly has, from what I recall, is boosters. So things that you can drink to make yourself more resistant to damage, and things like that. These are boosters that are in the game anyway. I've never really used them very much. I've not needed to, and they're awkward, and I'm unfamiliar with them. But so basically, in summary, what I'm doing here is I'm playing a hard game in a hard variant of the game, which was never really fully developed properly. It's got some bugs in there as well, and some issues about how the gameplay works. I'm also going to play it on the hardest difficulty, which is Iron Man on here, which is kind of equivalent to Kovac's Way on the base game, and I'm going to use a character that I consider the weakest and the most awkward to play in terms of skills and everything else. Judge that how you will. I've obviously got some degree of self-loathing I want to apply to myself. I just hate myself. And we'll see how it goes. But anyway, that's the layout of what we're going to do in this game. This is just an intro. I just wanted to get you a background on what it is and why it is. On the plus side, I am very familiar with the game, although the base game more than this one. And it's not a very long game once you know what you're doing as far as that goes. But I thought, why don't we do it? Why don't we do it as a special? I'm on holiday before long. I thought we could load this up and you can watch it while I'm away, and it's just a short series of videos to go through. So there you go. That's what we're going to do. I hope this intro wasn't too boring for you, just me gabbing. Action will all happen next episode when we start the game, and we go on from there. Anyway, take care of yourself. Thanks for the time for watching this. I'll see you again next bit.